So he demanded to see me. I was right there in Tavistock Square. And there was a hotel where I just went inside and waited. And he walked over and went to the bar. And then he came back within a minute and said, Jennifer, may I borrow £3.10?
So you didn't have any cash.
I thought, what? I am a student buying you a beer. You should be ashamed of yourself. And he said to me, I can't stop thinking about you. I want to date you. I really like you. And loved to remind me that I was the only American woman he'd ever had feelings for. To which, I said, look, I get it, and so he was very clear and upfront, transparent. There were no secrets. I think this time when he came over, there was a certain nervousness and excitement because, this friendship was very clearly evolving into something more than friendship. So there was this nervous anticipation. It's like all new relationships. Things are exciting and fun. And, this one I felt very reserved about. I felt a very cautious, tread carefully reservation from day one and always. But once the precipice is crossed, the dynamics in the relationship change. So there becomes a different kind of, I thought, all right, I was the Mount Everest he was meant to climb. Done. Never will hear from him again. I thought for sure, especially since he was freaking out. Well, he didn't want to leave very clearly. And I thought, this is awkward. You're supposed to be on stage, on TV in a few hours. And now I'm pushing you out the door with all his, mayoral, bric-a-brac for the dove and all the, he had the lanyard on with the Olympics, the big lapels badge that they had, and then the lapel pens, and so he was very clearly distraught because he wanted to stay. I think I couldn't even find a sock. It was just the most bizarre, experience.
So one of his socks went missing.
But that, that's part of life. I mean, that was one of these kind of, everybody's been in those awkward situations, especially when the anticipation builds up. I was suggested to have a code name for the Mayor of London because of the random text messaging, it would come at any time, at any hour. So at one point at the pub down on the water, we had all our phones, and my friend suggested that I obviously change his name to conceal his identity. And I asked what name, what should I call him, and he just responded, Alexander the Great. I thought, Alexander the Great, how about just Alex? And so that's where and they all joked, about, because they thought, here's your friend texting, you must conceal his identity. So I thought, that sounds right.